everyone, I hope you are doing well this morning. I'm gonna go on and do my workout. It's a Tabata style. I'll bring you along with me. If you're not interested, you can always forward it to when I talk about my reading goals and updates and those types of things. So let's get on started with that. So my Tabata workout, I believe it's 3 different exercises. I know burpees is one of them, and I'll have it on the screen as well. So I know I do burpees for 4 minutes. I think it's 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, I believe is the interval. I think they're back lunges and then hollow rocks where you're rocking from a lying prone position. You're rocking back and forth, lifting your legs and then lifting your torso. Those are hard, and so Tabata style is the least amount of reps is what your total is for it all. So we will see how I do. Again, I know my burpees look more like pikes, but that is as low down as I can go physically right now. As I get stronger, I know my form will eventually get better because I'll have the strength to hold my weight up as I get stronger. So there's that, and then tomorrow is my check-in time. Again, my water weight has been fluctuating. I checked in this morning, I'm back at my start weight, whereas last Sunday I dropped down again. So it's still kind of doing the up and down, but eventually it will go down hopefully and start going the direction I want it to and all of that good jazz. Later I'm hoping maybe to film a video or two because I do need to do an unboxing. I want to do one of my book and looks. I really enjoyed doing those. Hopefully they're going to take on, like I said in the last vlog, I'll give it a month and see what happens. But yeah, so let me go on and get started because it's going to be one killer of a workout.
All right, now let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Anyways, I just finished my Tabata workout. It kicked my butt like normal. I burned 148 calories, but as I was doing it, one of my clips actually didn't record of me doing the back lunges, so that unfortunately wasn't there. Still don't know what had happened. I thought I hit the record button, but apparently not. But anyways, the workout was still awesome. I'm still sweating up a storm, which is great. And now I'm about to go do my 3-mile walk doing the terrible twos. That's 2 minutes high intensity walking, 2 minutes slow intensity walking. So this will be almost my conclusion of my week 4 that I had to redo. I have one more walk due tomorrow, and then I'll do just my normal walk with my bestie on Sunday. So again, I'm gonna go do that. I will check back in with you later once I get back. So I hope you're having a great morning. Well, hey everyone, I just got back from my 3-mile walk. I burned 647 calories. I have not burned that much in so long on that walk. So yeah, it was a great workout this morning, plus 148 from the actual workout itself. The only difference that I really had today was that I ate my breakfast first. Normally I work out in a fasted state. And this day I did the opposite and I burned way more calories. So I'm excited about that. I'm about to go on and get cleaned up. Some goals that I would like to do. I want to read on my NetGalley book, the Rebirth Saga. I'd like to get a lot of that read today. I'm not giving myself a chapter-wise goal, but I would like to get quite a bit read out of it because it's been a while since I've actually picked that one up. Then I would like to read at least one chapter out of my Romanceopoly book for that. And then for today, I'd also like to read 1 to 2 chapters or more out of The Lost Puzzler. And then tomorrow maybe I'll focus on a different set of books so that I'm not just reading one set through the whole weekend. All depends on where my mind finally focuses on and what I am interested in reading at that time. So if these 3 books I can't get into it, then I'll either read out of The Well of Ascension or The Lion Game, I think is the other book that I'm reading on currently. So those are other options as well. So I hope you guys are having a great Friday morning, and until my next check-in, I hope you have a good one. Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you've had a fantastic Friday. It's been a pretty chill day. Got my exercise in. It was awesome. I took a nap earlier today. So, yeah, because my body gets really run down with these workouts. But yeah, so enjoyed that today. The only book that I got things read out of is The Puzzler by Ilya by Kless. I can't say his first name. Yeah, so this, very odd. So now it started in the present, and then I got into, I think, chapter 9, 8, 9, I think it was, and now we're in the past, I think, with Rafik. Is another character that has been introduced to the character. He is a child. So yeah, right now it's really odd. I don't know what to really make of it because it's not flowing in a chronological order. So all of a sudden, you're in the present, they just got into a bar fight, and then all of a sudden now we're in the back, so I don't know if Vincha, I think her name is, she's telling the story, but it didn't really indicate if she was. So not 100% happy with the way he is writing the book because it's just choppy, it doesn't flow well. There's not a lot of transitional so that you know that it's, going into the past other than just abruptly. That is kind of my take on this so far. I mean, I'm still going to read it. It's not like to the point that I don't want to read it. But just for you guys' perspective, or if you're thinking about picking it up, just be aware that there's not a lot of transitional to indicate it's going to the past. So that, I think is the past. I could be wrong because that's what it sounds like. Because the scribe, which is the only way I know this character by, he was searching for Vincha, I think, like I said, her name is, and to find out about the kids and her experience when she was like in a mountain or something. So he's learning about what took place with her there to piece together the story. So I'm thinking it's in the past, but like I said, I'm not very sure about that. So kind of confusing, a little bit interesting, but right now probably my rating, if I had to tell you now, it would probably be a 2, just because it's not very fluid, and I'm not very invested in any of the characters yet. And I'll be starting chapter 10 tomorrow. So that's not a good indicator if you're going into 10 chapters in and you're not very invested in the characters, the plot, you really don't know anything. Nothing's really pushing the story on. So that's kind of disappointing as well. Hopefully it's going to pick up and something's going to happen where I'm really going to be loving reading it. Right now I'm just kind of meh about it. So kind of disappointed in that. I may pick up maybe The Well of Ascension tomorrow and read on that a little bit and give myself maybe a break from this and maybe read a chapter or 2 out of that. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's going on 8 or 9 o'clock. I think it's around 8, 8:30, something like that. So I'm just going to call it a night. I'm going to hope that I'm going to get some good quality sleep. And I'm hoping with all the hard work I've done this week with the exercising and trying to be more conscious of all of the calories that I'm intaking I'm hoping I'm going to have some good results tomorrow, because I'll be very, very sad if I put all this hard work in trying to eat more vegetables, more fruits, and have it not be a success, because that would be kind of disheartening. But if it is, for whatever reason, not a good check-in day, progress update, I'm still gonna move on forward, and then like I said, hopefully everything's gonna start syncing up and I'm gonna start losing this weight. But yeah, so that is kind of where I'm at. So I hope you have a great evening, whatever it is that you guys are up to, and I will check back in with you tomorrow morning. Good night. Well, good morning everyone. Happy Saturday. As you can tell, my training of my kitty cats is going fairly well. If I give them a treat and call them away, she actually comes now. And so she's not making the tripod shake, so that is awesome. Okay, and so that is an update on how that is going. And I got some okay news on the weight loss, but I'm more proud of the inches that I've lost. So from my original start weight, I have lost 0.6 pounds. So that is good. But inches wise, I have lost or gotten rid of 1.5 inches. So that is really good. For my body fats, as done by my scale, I've gone down 0.3%, so 0.3%. So that is good. My BMI has gone down 0.1. I'm not sure how that's really measured by percent. What exactly the points? I'm not exactly sure. So that is awesome. So my total starting inches was at 193.5, and I'm down, that's full body measurements, and now I'm down to 192. So I'm excited about all of that. So it's been a positive with the inches lost. So my body is reshaping itself. So that is good, and eventually the weight loss will eventually start shedding off more as well. So that is great. I'm so super excited about that. And the two books that I really want to work with today, my main focus book will be The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I'm currently on chapter 6. I haven't really picked it up in a little bit, so I want to continue reading on it, at least get a chapter or two read. But this is going to be my main focus book this weekend. If I pick up another one, great, but this is my main focus, so I can really get back into that story because I really enjoyed the first one. Again, once I hit my stride, it took off. This one took off, and now it's kind of slowing down a little bit. Again, setting up everything that's going to go on in it. And then, of course, I would love it when I take a break from the other book to work on my paranormal romance book, The Edge of Danger by Rhiannon Byrne. So continuing on this, I'm almost to the halfway point. I've read about a quarter or maybe a third of the book so far. So I'd like to continue on with this one. So those are my two main focus. Again, if one draws me in more, that's where my focus will stay. But again, I'm prioritizing The Well of Ascension this weekend, whereas yesterday I was working more on The Lost Puzzler. And then I would like to, again, pick up at least one chapter out of my romance book. So there is all of my reading goals, and I'm about to around 7:30. It's right now 6:30. At 7:30, I'm going to go and do my walk. I've already eaten breakfast. I'm still keeping track of all of my calorie intake, so I'm trying to get myself into enough of a deficit calorie intake-wise versus exercise output, so that I will actually start losing weight and all of that good stuff. I do have my daily harvest, and I'll put some pictures up on the screen. I've had 3 of them so far. I really like the one, I think it's carrots and hazelnut. That tastes almost like a carrot cake or some type of cinnamon cake type thing. So it tastes really good. I enjoyed that one. The other 2 have been not nearly as sweet, and there are no added sugar. These are simply sugars based on the foods that are in them. Haven't been nearly as sweet, and they're more earthy tones to them. So it's taken me some time to get used to that, but I don't mind coming off of all of the processed sugars, artificial sugars. I'll still have it here or there, but I'm trying to take that out as much out of my diet as I can. So that part is getting some used to. It does take me a while to drink them because they're really, really super cold because they're frozen. But on top of that, I think they have to have a lot more high fiber because I get full so fast and there's so much of it. And I know I add a little bit extra almond milk than what it calls for, because if I just do the amount of liquid it asks, it's too super thick and I can't drink it. You probably could eat it with a spoon. So I add a little bit extra to make it a little bit more loose and able to drink it that way. So I'm excited about that. So I'll put the pictures up on the screen as I'm talking so that you can see which ones I've tried. The one from last night, I can't remember, it was avocado and something, I don't remember it. That one is the most earthy and not my favorite. For that. And then I've also got my Home Chef, and then I put a picture up. If you're following me on Instagram, I've already, I think, put that up on my stories, if not in the actual pictures of it on the stories itself. And then, so there is my update. So I will be trying out one of those meals today that I have to put together. It's not as easily as Freshly, but hopefully there's going to be more variety, and that was the downfall to Freshly, is it was just the same thing, and I've had it almost a month of the same things. So I got burned out very fast on that. So there was kind of all of that kind of thing. So anyways, that's kind of my update this morning of what I plan on doing. I hope you are having a great morning when you watch this, and until my next check-in, I hope you have a great day. All right, you guys, I just got back from my 3-mile walk. I believe I've shaved off about 4 minutes from my time, so that is awesome. So yeah, I burned about 609 calories, not as much as the day before, but hey, anything improvement-wise is fantastic. Yeah, so there's that. So I'm going to go and do some editing off of Friday's segments, and then I'm going to go get cleaned up and start on my reading. The day is kind of overcast and yucky. It may get a little bit more sunshiny later on, but yeah, I think it's supposed to be raining the next few days. So a little bit of that. I can almost guarantee there will be a nap in my future, but I'd like to get some work done before that happens. But anyways, I will check back in with you later and let you know what I've gotten done, how my meal from my Home Chef is, because I need to make one up for lunch and have another one for dinner, so I can kind of give you an update of what I think of the food quality and all of that jazz. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a great Saturday morning, and until my next check-in, have a great one. Well, good evening, everyone. I have had a really good day today. Got some reading done. So I managed to read chapters 6, 7, and 8. So I did manage to get that goal done. So I'm excited about that. It's getting so good. I've watched her do some training with him, and then also another chase, I guess. With the Watcher, this character called the Watcher, it's another Mistborn, and not exactly sure what his role is going to be in this whole thing, if he's going to be an ally or if he's going to be an enemy like he claims to be. So we do know it's a male character, so that is good things to know. And then Sazed, I think is how you say his name, he's been brought back into the story. He's out in the southern end of the Final Empire doing teaching with the Ska. And now Marsh, who is an Inquisitor, who was made into an Inquisitor, has asked for his help in asking him to come to the basically Inquisitor's new stronghold and to help him with something we don't know exactly sure, other than all the Inquisitors and Obligators have disappeared out from there, so they're going to go and see what they can find out. So that's kind of where I'm at with the story so far. It is getting so good. I may read another chapter or two when I go to lay down because it is getting so good. So I'm almost done with the first part. I think it's 5, maybe 6 parts to this book. So it's getting so good. I am, yeah, can't wait to continue this, and then the third out of the trilogy. So I'm loving it so much. So that is my reading goal. Let's see what else has gone on today. Oh, I did really enjoy the meal from the Home Chef. I will put pictures up above of what I created, but it was so good. And then I did another daily harvest, and that was awesome. This is probably my second favorite one that I've had out of the 4 I've tried. It was a pineapple and matcha, then it had kale in it, had vanilla bean in it. I'll put some pictures up above because I know I'm forgetting some of the ingredients. It only had 11 grams of sugar, no other artificial sugars or sugar added to it, but it was sweet, but the fruit itself is sweetened, so you don't need the extra. Even though there are some sweet, like dates, they're sweet, but it didn't have enough to counterbalance some of the other things of the ones that I had the night before. And I still do have to drink them slowly because they're just so cold. I'm not used to drinking a lot of cold things. I don't use ice in my drinks or anything like that because it just makes my teeth hurt, and it makes just going down kind of hurts sometimes. So I drink it slowly, and then it doesn't get quite to room temperature, but it gets cool, but not to the frozen consistency. So I'm weird like that. I understand that, but that's okay. But it was so good. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying that. I'm hoping I can still get that one, put it on as a repeat for the next week. I still got a ton left in there to try, because I didn't realize when I clicked on one, they doubled it. It was really rare. But anyway, so I got a lot in there to still test out and try, and I rate them on, so I'm finding the combinations that I'm really enjoying. It's right here. So that's going really well. I've been very pleased with that. That first meal I've really enjoyed. I still have 1 serving left of it. So I may have that lunch tomorrow or something, and then cook up another of the meals to continue that on. So I'm super excited. Kind of the only downside or negative thing that I discovered today is I think it's a hornet's nest, and again I'll put some pictures up above. Yeah, I can't believe I never noticed that before, but of course I'm not a hugely, extremely observant person anyways, but yeah, I mean it's probably about this big attached to my garage, right outside my garage on the wall, kind of like an overhang area where I keep like the trash pickup container. That's where I go and I put garbage in there. And I don't know what brought my attention to it. I let Jester out, and I happened to turn and look just right, and there it was, and bees were flying, or hornets, or whatever those things are. And yeah, so those things were flying in and out. So I had like a spray to spray on it. I need to do it again when it gets a little bit darker, when they actually are supposed to come back to the nest. So yeah, I got to do that, and then hopefully if I douse them really good, then eventually I can get rid of it, because yuck. Ooh, I'm just amazed that I've not been stung by them, or Jester for that matter. But anyways, I'm going to call it a night and go lay down, and well, spray the thing down and then go lay down. And until tomorrow morning, I hope you guys have a great night. Well, good morning everyone. Happy Sunday. I am so out of it. I woke up for whatever reason at 3 o'clock this morning, and my mind just started whirling and just wouldn't shut down. So I'm out of it. Eventually I was able to go back to sleep, and then woke up almost at 6. So I got maybe another hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep, because it took me a long time to go back to sleep. So if this sounds a little messed up, discombobulated, that's why. I'm on the tired side. So there's that going on. I would like, well, not like, I need to go to the store later on this morning, maybe after my walk. I need to get some more New York pajamas. The ones I have are getting a little bit on the ratty side, so I would like to get some more of that. I need to get wasp spray or hornet stuff to deal with that lovely thing outside of my garage and get rid of it once I've sprayed it down a few more times, so that those go away. Those are not things that I want to keep around by any stretch of the imagination. We don't swipe. That's not nice. So getting rid of that, and what else? There's something else that I think I needed to get. I'll remember it later probably, hopefully. So that's the outside trips I need to make, so I'll probably do that right after my walk. I would like to get some filming done for my channel today. I need to edit out also my clips from Saturday, get those done, so I don't have so much to do, because that was really rough on me Thursday night when I had to do all of them all at once. That was hours of work, so I don't want to do that again. So got Fridays done, work on Saturdays, and then really reading. My goal, my first priority goal, is reading the rest of part 1 out of this and going on into part 2. Our group, I think, has to have part 1 read by the 9th, so I should have that conquered today if I do my reading the way it's supposed to happen. But I really got into it, and I think I read 3 chapters last night, if I'm not mistaken. So I think there's only 4 chapters left of part 1. So I do want to get that part read, and then part of the second part. And then minimum, I would like to read at least 1 chapter out of my Romanceopoly book, so that, you know, I'm making progress with this, because it needs to be done by the 20th, so I'm starting to get a little bit behind with that. So definitely need to spend some time with that book today as well. So that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah, so that is what we're doing, I'm expecting to hopefully get accomplished by the end of today. So until our next check-in, I hope you guys have a great morning. Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a great Sunday evening. It has been very interesting since about 3 o'clock. This one has been a royal pain in the rump. I've tried ignoring behaviors, I've tried scolding, loud noises, you know, removing her to a different room. And if the behavior wasn't threatening her, because what she likes to do is she runs and she gets up on the TV stand and then up on the TV, and it's a flat screen. She's already knocked one over about a year and a half ago, something like that. She ran, she jumped, latched onto the top, and it fell. Luckily it didn't fall on her. She was able to detach herself. But she's doing it with my older TV, where she will get hung up, like there's the vent holes to let it cool down, and her nails get hung there, and then she gets stuck, and I'm worried she's gonna fall with it, and because she's attached to it, she's gonna get hurt. So we've been fighting off and on since about 3 o'clock when she wanted to be fed. So I'm still working on trying to figure this training thing out. I don't want to reward her for bad behavior, but I don't want her hurt either. So if you guys have any hints, any tips, tricks, whatever, I've never had a cat like her. My other one, he's chill, he does what he wants, he's playful when he wants to be playful, but he doesn't get into things that are gonna hurt him. And that's what she's doing. I don't know if it's for attention or what. I try to play with her, but it doesn't always, no ma'am, it doesn't always work. So yeah, so leave me down if you know of any tips and tricks. I will be very, very grateful, and so will she if she can live longer than what she has already. All right, so reading goals, I have read quite a bit. I think I'm almost to the halfway point, so I did get quite a bit read out of this book. Some interesting things have gone on that I didn't remember. She made a bad choice, and she got caught, and all of that. Now she's back with Michael from a dumb choice she made. And she's now back with him wishing she hadn't done it, yada, yada, yada. So this kind of waffling back and forth I'm not too fond of. No ma'am, we're not gonna scratch. So I'm not too fond of that aspect of that, but hopefully that's going to go away and they're going to get back together and be okay. So it's been a while, like I said, since I've read this book, so it's like reading it for the first time. The second book that I did make my goal of finishing out the first part of this book, so I am in part 2. I did not get all the way to where I wanted to. I am actually on, I think, page 136, and I wanted to get halfway through. That was a very, very lofty goal of getting to the halfway point, which would have been like 232 or something to that effect. I don't have any more. Stop hitting me. That's not nice. I can't produce them. I'm gonna hit my fingers. Okay, just don't bite hard. This is gonna be fun. So yes, the lofty goal was getting halfway through part 2, but I did finish part 1, which was my original goal because I needed to have that part done by June 9th, which is this Tuesday. So ow, ow, be good. So yeah, already getting scratched up. At least she hasn't drawn blood. That is a good thing. She's got razor sharp claws. So yeah, but anyways, back to the book. I'm hoping to read further on. That's not due until at least another week, so if I can read a little bit each day, then I know I'll be able to finish out part 2 in the time frame that they are going to give us. So I'm really enjoying the story. We're back now with Marsh at the start of part 2 and figuring out where all the obligators and inquisitors went, and Saze is with Marsh. So gonna figure out all of that and what this looming darkness is. They don't know. There's just this idea that something's not good coming towards them. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I'll probably read some more of this tomorrow as well. So both books I'm really getting invested in and really involved with the characters. I wish, like I said, in my Romance Softly book, she wasn't so dumb in the choices that she made. But it is what it is. We all do dumb, stupid things, and we have consequences for it. So anyways, this is going to wrap up my vlog for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this weekend's reading vlog, and until my next one, I hope you guys have a great one. Bye!